Today let us see the Rankine's formula for the determination of crippling load of columns. Rankine's formula is applicable to all columns whether they are short or long. Earlier in the case of Euler's formula, it was assumed that the column fails buckling alone and it was applicable only for the long columns. Here, the Rankine's formula is applicable to all columns whether short or long. And Rankine's crippling formula is given by this expression 1 by P is equal to 1 by Pc plus 1 by Pe. Here, P is the crippling load given by Rankine's formula, Pc the crushing load, and Pe that is the crippling load by Euler's formula, which is pi square Ei by Le square, where Le is the effective length of the column. And the crushing load Pc is given by sigma c into A. Sigma c is the ultimate crushing stress and A is the area of cross section of the column. The Rankine's formula, the crippling load by Rankine's formula is given by 1 by P is equal to 1 by Pc plus 1 by Pe. P is the crushing load, P is the Euler's crippling load. That is 1 by P is equal to P plus Pc divided by Pc plus into Pe, or P is equal to PCPE divided by Pe plus Pc. Divide throughout by Pe, that is Pc divided by 1 plus Pc by Pe. Now we can do the substitution, that is the crushing load Pc is equal to sigma c into A and the Euler's crippling load P is equal to pi square Ei by Le square. So P is equal to sigma c into A divided by 1 plus sigma c into A divided by pi square Ei by Le square. Rearranging the terms, that is P is equal to sigma c A divided by 1 plus sigma c A Le square by pi square E A k square. Here I have made the substitution that I is equal to A k square. I is the moment of inertia, A is the area of cross section, and K is the radius of gyration. Le that is the effective length of the column. So P is equal to sigma c into A divided by 1 plus sigma c by pi square E into Le by K whole square. Here I can take sigma c by pi square E as a constant, that is known as Rankine constant, that is sigma c into A divided by 1 plus A into Le by K whole square, that is a Rankine's crippling load. The ratio of effective length to radius of gyration, it is known as the slenderness ratio. This is the Rankine's formula for finding out the crippling load, whether the column is short or Rankine's formula if the column is short. For the short column, the effective length is small, so the value of Pe, that is given by pi square A by Le square, is large. So 1 by Pe is small compared to Pc, and it is negligible. In such situation, 1 by P, that is approximately equal to 1 by Pc itself. So P tends to be Pc. That is the Rankine's crippling load will be equal to the crushing load of the column. That is Pc is given by sigma c into A. That is in the case of short column, crippling load is approximately equal to the crushing load. The next condition, that is the Rankine's formula when the column is long. For a long column, effective length is large and the value of Pe given by pi square Ei by Le square, that is small. Then 1 by Pe is large compared to 1 by Pc. In such situation, 1 by P is equal to 1 by Pe, since 1 by Pc is very small in comparison to 1 by Pe. So, the crippling load given by Rankine's formula will tend to be Pe. Pe is the Euler's crippling load. That is, for long column, Rankine's crippling load is approximately equal to crippling load given by Euler's formula. Here we can see numerical problems. First one, a hollow cylindrical cast iron column is 4 meter long with both ends fixed. Determine minimum diameter of the column if it has to carry a safe load of 250 kN with a factor of safety of 5. Internal diameter is 0.8 times the external diameter. Permissible stress 550 Newton per mm square and Rankine constant it is 1 by 1600. First we can write the data given. The length of the column is given by 4000 mm. Effective length for a column with both ends fixed that is given by L by 2. Here you should not forget to do this calculation because in the expression for Rankine's crippling load pi square EI by L is square. We should substitute the effective length. For a column with both ends fixed, the effective length is equal to actual length by 2. So it is 2000 mm here. Safe load is given as 250 kN with a factor of safety of 5. Let the external diameter is D and internal diameter is 0.8 D. And the permissible stress is given as 550 Newton per mm square and Rankine constant is given by 1 by 1600. Factor of safety, which is the ratio between the crippling load to safe load, that is given as 5. Then first we can find out the area of column, which is given by pi by 4 into d square minus 0.8 d square, and moment of inertia pi by 64 into d raised to 4 minus 0.8 d raised to 4. In the expression for Rankine's crippling load, we should have these terms sigma c capital A, then Rankine constant is given, then we should find out Le by K. K is the radius of gyration which is given by root of I by A. We have got the I as well as A here. So from this K is equal to 0.32 D. And we will obtain the crippling load from this expression which is equal to the safe load into factor of safety. So the given crippling load is 1250 kilonewton. We can substitute all the known values. Sigma C 550, area 0.09 pi d square, A is equal to 1 by 1600, effective length 2000 mm and K it is 0.32 D. Substituting all these values, we will obtain capital D, that is the external diameter as 136.3 mm and internal diameter which is 0.8 times the external diameter, that is 109 mm. Moving on to next question. A 1.5 meter long column has a circular cross section of 5 cm diameter. One of the ends of the column is fixed and other end is free. Taking factor of safety 3, calculate safe load using Rankine's formula, taking sigma as 560 Newton per mm square and Rankine constant A as 1 by 1600. And next one is calculation of safe load using Euler's formula, and if for cast iron it is given as 1.2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. We can write the data given. L is given as 1.5 meter. And for this, one end is fixed and other end is free. So the effective length is given as 2L, that is 2 into 1500, that is 3000 mm. Diameter is given as 5 centimeter. From this, we can calculate area of cross section and moment of inertia. A is pi by 4 d square and I is pi by 64 d raised to 4. From this, radius of gyration K, that is root of I by A. And the factor of safety is given as 3 and yield stress is 560 Newton per mm square and Rankine constant 1 by 1600. First we can find out the safe load using Rankine's formula. P is sigma C into A divided by 1 plus A into LE by K whole square. Sigma C 160, E pi by 4 d square, that is 1963.5. A Rankine constant A 1 by 1600, effective length 3000 mm, and radius of gyration root of I by K, it is 12.5. From this, the crippling load is 2907 29,708.1 Newton, and the safe load, that is the crippling load divided by factor of safety. Factor of safety is given as 3. So the safe load is 9902.7 Newton. Next one is the calculation of safe load using Euler's formula. Then P is given by pi square EI by LE square. The value of E is given. I we have already calculated. Effective length is 3000 mm. Substituting that, we will obtain Euler's crippling load, which is 40,200 Newton. And the safe load is crippling load divided by factor of safety, which is 1340. Here, the safe load given by Rankine's formula is much higher than that given by the Euler's formula. Next question. A short length of tube, 4 cm internal diameter and 5 cm external diameter, failed in compression at a load of 240 Newton. When a 2-meter length of same tube was tested as stud with both ends fixed, the load at failure is 158 kN. Assuming that yield stress in Rankine's number is given by first step, find value of A in the same formula. A is the Rankine constant. What will be the crippling load of this tube if it is used as a stud 3 meter long with one end fixed and other end hinged? Here the length of the first the internal diameter is given as 4 centimeter and external diameter is 5 centimeter. From this we can find out the area of the column as well as moment of inertia. From this we will obtain radius of gyration K is equal to root of I by A. Then the crushing load is given as 240 Newton. From this we can obtain the crushing stress, that is crushing load divided by area. Then we can find out that one, that is here it is obtained as 0.3395 kilonewton per mm square. I have substituted the load in kilonewton and area in mm. In the first case, it is a stud of length 2 meter and the end condition is both ends are fixed. So the effective length for that particular setup, that is L by 2, that is 1000 mm. For that condition, the load at failure is given as 150 kilonewton. We are asked to find out the value of Rankine's constant from the first one. Using the Rankine's formula, P is equal to sigma C into A divided by 1 plus A into LE by K whole square. P is equal to 158. We can substitute all values. The only unknown is Rankine constant A, which is 1 by 7530. In the second part, we are asked to find out the crippling load when it is used as a 3 meter long stud with a one end fixed and other end hinged condition. Then effective length for that particular setup, that is L by root 2, that is 3000 by root 2. Then we can substitute all the values. Here the Rankine constant is known, sigma C that we have calculated from the first data. Then area is known, effective length is 3000 by root 2 and the value of K, all these are known to us. We can substitute that to find out the crippling load for the 3 meter long stud, and it is obtained as 71.97 kilonewton. A hollow cast iron column whose outside diameter is 200 mm has a thickness of 20 mm. It is 4.5 meter long and fixed at both ends. Calculate the safe load by Rankine's formula using factor of safety 4. Calculate the slenderness ratio and ratio of Euler's and Rankine's critical loads. Sigma is given as 550 Newton per mm square and A is equal to 1 by 1600 in Rankine's formula, and value of E is given as 9.4 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per mm square. It is given that the diameter is 200 mm, thickness is 20 mm. From this, the internal diameter is d minus 2t, that is 160 mm. From these values, we can find out the area of cross-section of column pi by 4 into d square minus d square, that is 11310 mm square. And moment of inertia of the section, that is pi by 64 into d raised to 4 minus d raised to 4, and the value is here. And radius of gyration is given as k is equal to root of I by a, which is 64 mm. The end condition given is the both ends are fixed, so L is the effective length is equal to actual length by 2, which is 2250 mm. Factor of safety is given as 4, and the crushing strength is given as 550 Newton per mm square, and Rankine constant is 1 by 1600, and E is 9.4 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per. First, we can find out the Rankine's critical load, that is given by sigma c into A divided by 1 plus A into LE by K whole square. LE the effective length of the column for both ends fixed condition. It is actual length by 2, that is L by 2, 2250 mm. Then A is equal to 1 by 1600, and K that we have find out as 64 mm. Substituting all these values, sigma c 550, area of cross section 11310, A 1 by 1600, and the values of LE and K, we will obtain the Rankine's crippling load as 3511,000 Newton. Then the safe load is given by crippling load divided by factor of safety. Divide that value by 4 will give the safe load by Rankine's formula. Next, we can find out the Euler's crippling load, which is given by pi square EI by LE square. The value of E is given as 9.4 into 10 raised to 4. Then substituting these values, Euler's crippling load is 84,97790 Newton. Here also we can find out the safe load by dividing this crippling load by factor of safety. Then the ratio of Euler's and Rankine critical loads, that is the critical load divided by Euler formula divided by critical load given by the Rankine's formula. And here the value obtained is 2.42. Thank you.